Today, I was thinking about what it would be like if you could genetically engineer people to be courageous. Because courage is a virtue, and there's probably a lot of genetic component if you had to kind of guess. So the idea would be, why would it actually be bad if you could do that? If you could just make people more courageous? Theoretically, it seems like something that could be very good. I mean, the devil would be in the details, maybe literally. But then I was thinking, why would that be bad? And I think the reason, or at least the best case for it being bad philosophically, would be because most unearned virtues often really corrupt people or end badly. Think of somebody who's born into wealth. We've all seen the memes and stuff. The Trustafarian people, they never gain any real skills. It's like some of the sons and daughters of these politicians and stuff. Like, some of them are fine, but some of them do coke all day. Just saying. So it's like an unearned gift. Like, people who are born extremely beautiful have kind of the same thing. So like, if you turned courage into something like that, it seems like not good. You could have a scenario where you're like, yeah, but we can genetically engineer them not to waste their gift and stuff. And at some point, you're pretty much just programming people, like, I don't know what the limits of doing that genetically are. At some point, people just aren't really making choices anymore. Maybe somebody could say, well, yeah, but I don't believe this, but our genetic predispositions are already kind of programming us, and it could be sort of true. But it's like, I would rather have nature program me than some guy in a lab coat. Morning roundup, octopus tentacles. I think it would be this one came loose, but that's not that big a deal because it's pretty easy to just print another one. Take too long. This, I already took the spool off, but it got tangled and weird. It's really important that you spool the filament correctly. Another one of these. This one's getting done. Sharko. Got your classic alien. This printer really seems to like to print aliens to come out good. So I think I'm gonna prioritize aliens for this one. It's a big old skull. You guys will see. T-Rex with a back plate. This is the original T-Rex. I started making the T-Rexes without the back plate. People started liking those, but originally all these skulls had their own back plate. D20 and D20. I think only one of, actually I think I just sold another one, so this is going out. I was making this extra originally. Something I was really trying to do for a long time, I probably still need to try to do, especially now that I have a bunch of printers. Always have an extra D20, because like, I've gotten good at getting them to print right, but there's just something about that shape that makes it want to layer shift. And I'm pretty sure it's actually the shape, because I've done everything you can do with print settings. And like, it doesn't really happen with other stuff. So I just try to have an extra one in case it screws up. Maybe what it is with the D20s, every layer, of course, you change direction 6 times, and it's in a super dramatic way. If the extruder's just going like that over and over, thousands and thousands and thousands of times, it's like, maybe it just makes it that slightest bit more likely to get out of alignment. We got a hammerhead to take out today, to send out today. We only have one big box, so, what are you gonna do? But we're gonna paint the eyes real quick. There we go. Oh man, one thing I was wanting to show, you guys know that guy who I bought the printer from, who did cosplay and stuff? He used paint markers too. I've never heard of people using paint markers. I mean, it's kind of obvious, I guess, but yeah, he had a whole collection. He had like the nice ones too. Like, I didn't even know what kind of brand these things were, but yeah, it was awesome. He was like doing all the same stuff in a lot of ways. That was a great episode. A couple episodes ago, if you want to watch it. I only took a couple of clips because I didn't want to make it too weird, but we talked for half hour to an hour. I actually had to be like, oh man, no, time's a waste and I gotta go. It was great. Time to wrap this dude. I love the two-tone. It's nice and shiny too. We're gonna drop off that package, probably get coffee, and I think I'm gonna drop by the thrift store to look for a table. As you can see, it would be nice if I had a big folding table for this guy here, because then we could put the new one right next to it. And it's hard to coordinate when you're like doing this in the camera. I don't know. But, you know, something similar to that, or to that would be nice, or that. Yep. I know that, mailman. Oh yeah, we should try and get some boxes while we're out here. Klein's actually closes at 6. I usually go there before because I know when the trucks leave. But sometimes it's good to drop off things at Klein's, even if it's after the trucks, because then that means they're gonna go out earlier than you might drop them off the next day or something. In other words, they'll be like the first to go out. I was thinking it was somebody else at first, but apparently I've got a belt squeaking. Pretty sure it would most likely be the serpentine belt. A lot of times these cars, I don't know that much about this stuff, but a lot of times these cars have AC belts or something. I know in some cars it's like 1 belt, in some it's 2, I think. But it had done this thing where every time I splashed through a puddle or something, it would squeak like this. But then it would kind of be normal. It's only doing it a little bit now. Yeah, eventually, you hear that? I'm gonna have to get that replaced probably. I can replace serpentine belts, or at least I've done it with a truck I used to have. It's not expensive, it's just a biatch. Getting that dunk. Most of all, the dunk. You got to find the dunk. Give us the dunk. The whole dunk. Nothing but the dunk. Ba-da-da-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm a simple kind of man. They just got a bunch more furniture in. I'm not seeing any winners though. No comment. Thought this was a copy of Thick as a Brick for a second. Todd Rundgren album. Look at that. Check that out. The Jesus meme. Maybe there's something in this giant mess. Wow, that's kind of awesome. I used ChatGPT to translate this. It says, peace and harmony. I was hoping it said something cooler, like war and destruction. Pumpkin spice. This could almost work. It's just not quite big enough. I feel like with the thrift store, I never find the thing I'm going there for, but I find something else that's also really cool. Like those autographed pictures I got a while back. So yeah, I've been looking for one of these for a long time. If you remember probably 10 episodes ago, I found one at a different thrift store, an antique store in Lufkin. Maybe that was in Diebold, I don't know. But it was like 35 bucks. I'm like, I know eventually I'm gonna find one for 10 to 15 here. And that patience paid off. Cassette player, CD player, maybe I'll start getting CDs, you never know. And I plugged it in and it at least does make sound. So, can't be anything too wrong with it. I guess you never know with tape players, but whatever. Also, that was a pumpkin spice scented candle. Smelled really good and was only $2. I never knew you could get candles at the thrift store like this. Like sometimes they've been used a little bit, but man, a lot of people just buy these candles and just use them decoratively or something. I don't even get it. Like what's the point of that? Too slow, too low. I got friends in Lowe's places. They appear to still be out of the heavy duty, but they have heavy duty mediums, and I've got 2 things that can go out in one of these. We're also just gonna get the normal ones. I guess it's gonna have to be all right. Just use more bubble wrap or whatever. It's about enough screwing around. Let's get back. I'm kind of irrationally excited about this. This is like going back in time right here, baby. Time to package the old guitar snake. It's not super loud, but it works. Have a very nice copper boy here. In fact, I believe this is the first thing I've ever sold that had the metallic copper finish. And if this looks shiny on camera, it's because it is. It's extremely shiny. Dang, it looks great. I want more people to buy this color. Like, I want to be stocking this. Time to ship this psychedelic alien. The blend came out pretty good. And it's got those purple undertones. Sometimes with a round object like this, it's kind of hard to get it right because there aren't as many nooks and crannies and stuff. I got a couple more packages to drop off. I think I just filmed that. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on half the time. But we're going to go to Goodwill to make sure they don't have a folding table or something appropriate, because I really want to get this printer set up today and have all 8 just running. Of course, be awesome. But I want to make sure that we don't have any better options when it comes to tables and stuff. Also, I know somebody's probably going to point out that you can get folding tables new at Lowe's for like, I think it's like 60, 80 bucks or something. But I don't want to spend that. And, well, I don't want to spend that. The way you guys saw the chart I make where I chart out my daily expenses. The way I've kept my daily spending under $30 a day, excluding rent and stuff, is by not doing stuff like that. By going to the thrift store when you need a table instead of just getting a new one. Don't get me wrong though, those folding tables they sell at Lowe's, like the really big 8-foot ones, are very nice. When I first moved the shop here downtown from my room's rent was $266 a month here. Think about that. That should tell you about both how affordable it is in Nacogdoches and how small my room was. I ran that thing for like 3 years or something out of my room. But anyway, I did buy a big folding table and it's pretty nice. It's the one that the original 2 S5s are sitting under, the gray one. Traffic actually kind of sucks today. I think I'm going to make some kind of holder for my cassette tape so I can mount on the wall or something. Drop the little packages off. They weren't quite this small. We're going to Goodwill now. Oh, there's my guy doing his job. That same guy has been my mailman for 3 or 4 years, and I don't know his name. It's very much like a Ron Swanson kind of thing. You know, I worked with a guy for 10 years, never knew his name. We still never talk sometimes. Hey, I just noticed the belt's not squeaking anymore. Yep. Maybe a tiny bit. Anyway, I like to think of that guy. I think of him as his name being Cliff, but I have no idea. He just seems like a Cliff. I would have segued here, but if we find a table, I need to be able to take it back, obviously. Holy crap. Oh my. I actually found a couple of good things today. So there's this painting, or it's probably a print of a painting or something. It's got a little tag stuff on there I gotta get off, but this is almost like an Edward Hopper looking kind of art. I don't even really know who this is, but it's very cool. This is a VCR, obviously, but it's like an 80s VCR. It's really, really heavy. And the fact that there's a tag on it is a pretty good indication that it probably works. As for the strawberry shirt, of course, As you guys know, I'm using ridiculous shirts for modeling the products, but my name means strawberry. I guess I said I would never say my name on this channel, but if you look it up, it is a name that means strawberry. And I got the Christmas dinosaur because I don't really have much Christmas decor, and I'm the dinosaur guy, so you can't pass that up. I'm so glad that thing stopped squeaking. But yeah, no table today, but we did find a bunch of other really cool kind of unnecessary junk. Oh, I also got a copy of Tombstone. It needs ironed incredibly badly, but is that not pretty much the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen? This appeals to me. I was gonna hang this guy up somewhere, like a Christmas ornament, because that'd be easy to do. But honestly, this is actually a pretty good spot for him. There's nothing here, so dinosaur, baby. Roaring through the snow. Wasn't sure where I wanted to put this one. That kind of works here. I sort of wish I had more like a more consistent style, but I mean, this is the workshop. It doesn't have to be Shakespeare. Man, I love that. It's like very mid-century, almost sort of Edward Hopper-esque. I think we're gonna put this here. See, it's like he's listening to music at an unsafe distance. Oh man, it just occurred to me, I could make cassette holders for right here. Mount them and just have a little cassette corner. I think I really like that idea. I think I'm deciding that that's what we're gonna do. Also, this thing has a CD player. It doesn't have a CD in it. And I do have some CDs. Maybe we could start getting those too, I don't know. With the filament production today, I actually forgot to start dehydrating plastic, and both of these were out. The reason this happened is because my habits and stuff, I'm used to one extruder, but you go through so much plastic. We're through almost 2 bins of plastic. The big bins, you guys will see. But yeah, so I gotta wait for some dehydration to happen. But it only takes a couple hours. It's not like a big deal, but I'm just having to like remember to do things that I didn't have to do before. Remember the 9 bins? Well, this one was only about half full, so there's that. But this one was completely full and it's almost empty now. So that's basically 1.5 bins. We have been making, like when I say I've been making a ton of plastic, I have been making an unbelievable amount of plastic. This guy's just chilling in here, by the way. Take a look at this. I'm looking up cassette racks on Thingiverse. Led Zeppelin, Metallica, Kenny G. Now that's some taste right there. We've got this cassette object. It was originally only holding 10, but I'm expanding it. I'm gonna have to measure, but I might make it go this way too. Might be too big for the wall, but I don't know. This is a fun idea. Dino's hitting up the smooth jams today. Such a good album. Best 12 bucks I've ever spent. Well, we've got the new printer here. I gotta get some stuff running, but we're at least gonna get this on a table by the end of the day. Finally got the cassette thing plated. Fun Yanni fact. 2 of my best friends who were brothers growing up, they had a cat named Yanni, but they are the ones that lived in Ryan White's house. For anybody that's an 80s, 90s baby, Ryan White is this kid who very, very famously died of AIDS from a blood transfusion. And he was from Kokomo, Indiana, where I was from. If he had lived, he would be slightly older than me. But yeah, my friends whose parents bought Ryan White's house had a cat named Yanni. Got a nice looking Einstein here. We're gonna be packaging some things. Pork chops. All right, been kind of putting it off. Not really, but it's time to finally get this area sorted out. I think we're gonna move everything. We're gonna move these boxes in the next room because this is just spare parts for the extruders at this point. I'm not gonna need that very often. So it doesn't really need to be in the main room here. These are mailers and stuff. I still have that unicycle that I got that I could probably sell online. That was right at the tail end of the flipping stuff I was doing. As well as this is like 25 picture frames I got for, I want to say like $10 or something like that. Actually, no, it's like 40 picture frames. And I was flipping those as well, which that's a super big profit potential, but I don't have time for that now. And a couple other things, but then we're gonna scoot this over probably and maybe try and fit the other table here. We'll have to move everything and see how to orient it, but that's the plan. I've just been checking. You probably heard a notification, I think. I've been selling a bunch of stuff today. It's not even Christmas, and it's starting to get crazy. This is why I was so motivated to take those road trips and get all of this built out, because like, it's gonna be a big year. It's gonna be a really big year, man. The set tape thing coming along well. You'll notice I put 2 screw holes so we can attach it directly to the wall. Okay, I've been rearranging, and I think we're going to put it in the same orientation that this one is right here. I'm gonna move this stuff and probably put the control box there. But it's a pretty long table, but we can at least maybe store some stuff in the back here. But that's about the best thing I can figure out. This isn't quite wide enough that I can turn this around that way because it'll block the walkway, but this will work. Yeah, it's a little intrusive having it here, but honestly, there's not much of anywhere to put it. And you can get by. It's not that big a deal. I do like that this guy installed these, what are these called? Struts to stabilize it. I've never actually taken the initiative to do that. We'll see if it makes a difference. Just straightening out these cords so it can go up on the Z-axis. I guess he's never upgraded the extruder. That guy was real legit. I would have expected he would get the titanium kit. But it looks like we're ready for a test print. Check this out. This is the bed thing. You see that wear? That's because this hasn't been clipped. What I do is I get a big binder clip and I secure that in place so this doesn't get rubbing against stuff. You'll notice that actually that's not a good example because I replaced the bed on that, but usually I make this secure so that this doesn't happen right here. No, a lot like the other one that we just got, this guy put some elastic band here as well. Maybe this is something people are seeing online because I've seen this a few times, but we are going to print one of those things that all the other printers have. I don't really have a name for it. A cable guide. Yep. One here as well. It is the ultimate thing. It really works super well. And I'm going to have it print its own. Looks like it got up to temperature more or less. We are ready to print. Well, the cable guide is printing just fine. I think that we're gonna be all right. Seems like this guy works pretty well. I saw some of the stuff that he printed with this. Yep, yeah, it's working good. I saw some of the stuff that he printed with this and it looked amazing. So I think this will be a valuable contributor to the team. So we have the alien lizard boy here. I decided to do a kind of a darker color. Now that I'm looking at it, I almost want to do like some crazy red eyes on him. I feel like that would be a real attention getter. But yeah, I think the fade looked pretty cool. honestly. You gotta check out the spikes. That's really fun. Again, hand for scale. Well, we've gotten a lot done today. Time to close up this shippy shoppy. I don't know why, but my idea of a little cassette corner here is just making me really happy. These are big custom organizers. This guy is printing his own cable guide, as you know. Cat skull, T-Rex skull, saber-tooth skull, and another one of those organizers. They had 3 total. Of course, we've got the alien. We really do have like the full house here. Got about everything painted we need. These sharks are actually just kind of extra. Maybe one of them isn't. The D20 just sold, so we're gonna go paint that tomorrow. Then all the other stuff either is done or can wait. I decided to put a quick other layer of red on the fries here. You can see that the color's coming out real nice. I know that so many people are anticipating these fries, so I just wanted to make them like really pop, you know? But it is end of day. Ugh. Oh, man. Ugh, I did so much today. Wow, what am I grateful for? I'm grateful that the new product, although I gotta still do the eyes, the reptile alien guy, I'm glad that came out good. It'd be really cool if that blew up over Christmas. I've said this before, but like releasing new products right before Christmas is a great strategy because it gets so much traffic. People put them in their favorites list and stuff, and it's just very good promotion. So I really should try to get out at least a few more things in the next month. Pretty cool that I found a vintage VCR. Kind of did a lot of thrifting today, but really did find some good stuff. It's a shame I didn't find a table. Maybe eventually we'll just kind of keep an eye out for it. The thing that's nice, the first thrift store we went to, a lot of times has furniture, and I've gotten like desks and stuff for like $10, $20 that are really big and would work. So I might just kind of keep an eye out. Then we can retire these folding tables because it's just not, it works, but it's just not the best layout, especially when things are cramped. But I'm grateful that we finally got all 8 of the big printers, both in this city and set up and working. That's going to be so good going into Christmas. It's going to be vital. I almost doubt whether 8 is enough, but especially if we make up a whole bunch of sharks ahead of time, which is the main thing that sells, big thing. It varies a little bit, but it's usually the big thing that sells. I'm sure throughout this entire year, people have been saving sharks to their favorites list, and they're going to get somebody that for Christmas. So that ought to be good. I think we can do it. It sounds weird, but I think I'm most grateful for my cassette player. And the fact that it's actually, if you get a good cassette in there, it's more than loud enough. I love the crappy sound of it. I like the analogness of it, of cassettes. And it's just making me really happy right now. That Al Green album was really nice. The new candles smell really good. I'm having a pretty good day. Plus I got like 3 or 4 good reviews, which I was gonna show it. I always forget stuff. Like I want to show the reviews because I usually get at least a few a day. I mean, sometimes I get a whole bunch, and then sometimes I'll go a whole day without getting a review. But yeah, I got some good ones today. Maybe I'll try to remember tomorrow, but that was nice. I love it when people are just, one of them was the Mark Twain headset, if you guys remember that. They were really happy with that and posted a great picture and stuff. Anyway, those are the things I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for these fries that are gonna get done soon. Man, launching the fries before Christmas, that's the ticket right there. Glad we're doing it. So I'm grateful for those things, and I'm grateful for all of you. Being over 4,000 subscribers is a big deal. My YouTube channel was at 3,200 for like 8 years. So that's kind of a big milestone for me. So So write down in the comments what you're grateful for and small moments that are bringing you joy and what you're working on, all that stuff. I like to hear about it. You'll probably get a heart. You'll probably get an upvote. Other people will probably upvote you. I like to hear all that stuff and stay engaged, and I'm grateful for you guys watching and doing all the things you do. Peace out.